What's up world, Reckless here, bringing you guys a setup video as far as my favorite classes and favorite kill streaks to use in my favorite game mode, which is Hardcore Kill Confirmed. And if you guys haven't already probably noticed that I play a lot of Hardcore Kill Confirmed because that's the game mode I like to play, so that's the game mode I've been showing you guys mostly. I've been kind of getting into maybe a little bit of Search and Destroy, this or that, but I keep reverting to this whenever I just want to mess around and have fun, and I usually do pretty well in this game mode compared to the other people on the team. Now, you can't expect to always get the high and low, like the high kills, low deaths with every sort of game, because for one, you're never guaranteed to be put up against those players who just don't know how to play the game as well as you. Or also, it also depends on your television, your display input latency. So if you're running with a big ass TV, or if you're not going with a small TV or computer monitor, you might not do as well in this game mode as you would if you're playing something that was a little bit more buffed or a little bit more forgiving, like a core game match. So in this game, which I'm showing you right now, is I went against Lily Koi Juice, and we were just pretty much joined the game, but we were on opposite teams because we weren't in a party, just messing around. And I do significantly better than her, and it's not due to anything as far as her fault. It's just the fact that her team wasn't as good as me, so they kind of fed me a lot of kills that allowed me to get up in my kill streaks. And also I had to kind of creep around a little bit because I was close to getting my full kill streaks multiple times, so I wanted to keep that going and keep cycling through them, because the kill streaks I'll be showing you for this game mode is pretty beast depending on the players you're going against as well as the map. So at the top right screen, you see that I've been just showing you the Black Ops 2 multiplayer screen, and we'll be getting into it to show you guys my favorite creative classes. And as you see here, I unlocked that whatever special like where you have multiple tiers of things, and I haven't used them all, but I used a good amount of them for anything, and we'll be getting into the core for today. And right here on the screen, you see that this is the class that I'm using in this video here. And it is my favorite class to use in any Hardcore Kill Confirmed whenever I'm trying hard, and as long as the opposite team aren't using a bunch of, SMGs with Quick Draw and Dexterity. If they're using an SMG with Quick Draw and Dexterity, I have to change up my class a little bit, but I'll get into that. So for this class, this is my all-time favorite, my guaranteed class to do well, and for the most part, as long as the enemy team are not using any sort of, like any sort of target finders too much or dual bands, and if they don't have their own kill streaks up. So this is what I like to run, which is the Type 25. I like the Type 25 because it's an assault rifle. It has a really long reach, has decent fire rate, and you kind of move faster with the Type 25. It's like a little bit, your movement speed's a little bit faster than normal assault rifles, but it's not as fast as a submachine gun. But it's the one I like. As far as aim down time and whatnot, you're gonna get beat by a SMG, but for the most part, as long as you know how to adequately hip fire and when to aim and when not to aim down the sides, you'll be alright, as I'm showing you in the gameplay now. And my favorite perks to use on the Type 25 is the stock, quick draw handle, and fast mags. The stock is just so when you're aiming down sights and moving around corners, you still move decently fast. The quick draw handle is there just so you can aim down sights as fast as you can to try and get the jump on people, because in a hardcore game, it's all about how much of a jump you have on the other people that would determine how well you do. And then lastly, fast mags, just to make sure that when I'm running around trying to beast on kids, I'm not going to be sitting there with my thumb up my ass trying to figure out how to reload, especially since I'm only using one weapon, which is the Type 25. I'm not using any lethals, I'm not using any secondaries. This is my go-to gun, this is what I will use, and that's about it. As far as perks, I like to do the Perk 1 Greed so I can hook up some Hardline and some Lightweight. I don't run Ghost because it's not necessarily needed in a hardcore match, especially if the opposite team are not doing so well. And if you're doing as well as you should with this class, the opposite team are not going to be able to really build up the kill streaks as long as your teammates aren't just a bunch of idiots who will just run at them blind. So I like using Hardline just to help me get my kill streaks as fast as I can, because in this game mode it's really easy to die and there's no health regeneration, so you need to get your kill streaks as fast as you can, especially if you're running the high-end kill streaks. And Lightweight just to keep moving around so that it will be really useful, especially when you're using stock on your weapon, so you can continue around and move around corners and strafe as fast as you can. For my second perk, I like to use Scavenger just to help me keep reloading, because with this perk and as you keep cycling through your kill streaks, you shouldn't die too often. So having Scavenger on this gun is definitely a must, especially since most of the people who you play with, they might not have a gun that you're particularly good with, so you don't want to be sitting there with an unfamiliar weapon trying to navigate the map. You want to like keep with a weapon that you're very used to so that you don't have to try to rely on other people to feed you powerful weapons. And lastly is dexterity, mainly because I don't like, if I'm going to climb over something, I don't want to be sitting there kind of stumbling through, allowing the enemy to have the jump on me while my back is turned. And as well as I like to raise up my weapon as fast as I can, especially when I'm done sprinting, so that I can at least try and get the hip fire off on someone if I meet someone randomly in a close quarter engagement. So if you meet someone in a close quarter engagement, you shouldn't be aiming down sights every time. You should learn to navigate or justify when you need to hip fire and when you need to aim down sights. So it's kind of a skill you guys are going to have to learn on your own. So as far as my favorite class, this is my favorite class that I'll be showing you. And if for whatever reason the opposite team are, let's say, I mean, you kind of have to change up your primary weapon. So if the opposite team's using a bunch of SMGs, or you're not playing against a bunch of idiots, they're actually a really good try-hard team and you want to do well against them, I would swap out the Type 25 for possibly a Peacekeeper, just because the Peacekeeper is like an assault rifle with its range. It's very, very powerful in a hardcore match. And as far as the perks or the attachments for the weapon, I like to keep them the same: quick draw, stock, and fast mags. And then the perks, you can kind of change them around a little bit, but things I would definitely keep on is Hardline, Scavenger, and Dexterity. As far as what you want for like an extra perk, Greed, or Lethal, or Tactical, it's up to you, but those are my 3 go-to perks. And then with a Peacekeeper, since it's SMG and you're running fast anyway, you can just throw on maybe Dead Silence so that the creepy campers won't see you. Or if you really want and the enemy team is able to get their kill streaks, if they have a stealth chopper up or an escort drone, throw on a blind eye to keep them from, like, pretty much prevent them from using their kill streak against you, and so you can still roam around the map freely without having to worry about what's overhead. And as far as these other classes down here, don't really play with a whole lot. Like I have the I have a shotgun class, just have a shotgun class because in Hardcore Kill Confirmed, like Hardcore Kill Confirmed is the game mode I like to use to unlock gold and diamond weapons. So I have like a bunch of different classes on here of things I was trying to unlock, like the hammer. I just recently unlocked that to diamond, and I'm just trying to continue maxing out the level so I can never touch it again. And let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, I have this LSAT with a target finder on it. I know it's a freaking target finder, but I mainly have this class just there to be the anti-camper. If people are going to camp with a LSAT with a target finder, I can do the same and I can do it better for the most part. And just going down to this is my favorite class to set up, just to kind of troll if someone's being a douchebag on my team. If they're trying to steal my tags or if they're trying to kill me, I like setting up this class just to mess with them and then following them in like other games, just continually messing with them, which is a lot of fun to me. But that's as far as my hardcore classes. I hope you guys enjoyed. And as far as the kill streaks, my favorite kill streaks to use for this game mode, is, if you guys haven't already noticed, is a Stealth Chopper, Orbital VSAT, and Escort Drone. Stealth Chopper is just a beast. You just have to throw it in the middle of the map or around where they're probably going to spawn. If you kind of anticipate where they're going to be spawning for a little bit, that's an awesome perk. And once you get the Stealth Chopper, especially if you have Hardline on, getting your Orbital and your Escort Drone are going to come naturally, as long as you're not unlucky and you mess it up. This is pretty much a guaranteed 3 perks. So the Stealth Chopper's there, like if you get it, you can just like throw it up in the air. As long as no one's around you, throw it up in the air and let it do the work for you as far as getting you the next kill streaks, and then throwing those on. And with the Orbital VSAT and the Escort, you should never die, realistically, as long as no one on your team kills you, or as long as the opposite team just isn't camping in a corner and like are able to shoot you from long range. So that's about my beast setup as far as I know. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay, as well as me teabagging Lilikoi Juice and she teabagging me in return. Pretty entertaining, I thought. And that's about it, guys. So let me know what you think. If you have any disputes with the classes I showed you or the kill streaks that I showed you. Oh, and to prevent some sort of rambling, just so you guys know, the reason I'm not using canines or swarms, I don't really use canines or swarms too often, because those are scary perks and they'll really scare the opposing team away. I like using the Stealth Chopper, VSAT, and Escort Drone because they are deadly, but they're not going to be deadly to the point where people are just going to say screw it and just bounce out, because if the team you're facing against are bad, you don't want to scare them away and pretty much preventing you from getting a high kill. But that's it for the game, guys. 40-8 with 24 confirms, 1 deny. I did pretty well. Lilikoi Juice down there, not so much, but she's a team player. She definitely doesn't rage quit, so mad props to Lilykoijuice. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll talk to you again next time.